Good morning, I'm Lizzie, and today I'm going to walk you guys through a 15-minute yoga flow that you guys can do in the mornings for your daily practice. So we're just going to get the body moving, the blood flowing, so it's going to be a little bit more intense of a practice than just kind of stretching. When you're practicing yoga, I always want you to really practice your breath, so that's the most important thing, is making sure you do the ujjayi breath. And so that's doing a slight contraction in the back of the throat, and you're always inhaling and exhaling through the nose. The mouth is closed. So as long as you're breathing, you're doing yoga. So just think of using the breath through the movement. So we're going to get started. We start with Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B, and then we'll do a few other yoga poses before we land in a little meditation for the end. So we're going to start at the top of our mats, facing forward. Standing tall, ground down through the four corners of the feet, roll the shoulders up, down, and back, engage the thighs, squeeze the belly button in, lift up. Gaze forward as you inhale, arms rise overhead, look up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. You can bend your knees here if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank through to a low plank, elbows next to rib cage. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. You can drop the legs or extend the legs off the mat. And exhale to downward facing dog. You're in an inverted V. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Spread the fingertips wide. Index fingers pointing forward. Rolling the shoulders down the back, so retracting the scapula. Gaze is to the belly button. Inhale, look to the front of the mat, step hop or float, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up, palms come together, look up, gaze up. Exhale, take the hands to the side, standing tall. Inhale, arms rise overhead, look up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, through to chaturanga, low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Shift the gaze to the front of the mat, step hop or float, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up, palms come together, look up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the side. Inhale, arms rise overhead, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, through to low plank. If you need to drop down to your knees, that's not a problem. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Shifting the gaze to the front of the mat, step hop or float, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, swan dive up. Palms come together, look up. And exhale, take the arms to the side. Sun Salutation B, chair pose, dropping the seat, lifting the arms, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog, warrior 1 on the right. Take the left foot 45 degrees, pull the right knee into the chest, step the right foot through. Inhale, arms rise overhead, grounding through the feet, squeezing the inner thighs. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank through to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Warrior one on the left, right foot 45 degrees, left knee pulls the chest, step it through, squeezing the inner thighs, grounding through the feet. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, through to chaturanga, low plank. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Steady the breath, 5 breaths here, gaze to the belly button. Soften the knees if you need to, retract the shoulder blades. Shifting the gaze to the front of the mat, step up or float, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, fold forward. Chair pose, drop the seat, lift the chest, raise the arms. And exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Chair pose, bending through the knees, drop the hips, lift the arms, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Warrior one on the right, left foot 45 degrees. Right knee to the chest, step the right foot through, grounding through the feet, squeezing the inner thighs. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, through to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Warrior one on the left, right foot 45 degrees, left knee to the chest. Step the foot through, grounding through the feet, inner thighs squeeze. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, through to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Return to the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Shift the gaze to the front of the mat. Step up or float, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Chair pose, bend the knees, drop the hips, lift the chest, raise the arms, gaze up. And exhale to mountain pose, Tadasana. One more round, chair pose. Bend through the knees, drop the hips, lift the arms, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Right knee pulls to this chest, step it through. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, through to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Warrior one on the left. Left knee pulls to chest, stepping through, ground through the feet. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, through to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Shift the gaze to the front of the mat, step up or float, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, bend the knees, drop the seat, lift the arms, gaze up. And exhale, coming to Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to come into a forward fold. So step the feet out, hips distance apart. Take the hands to the hips. As you inhale, lift through the chest, gaze up. And as you exhale, fold forward, ragdoll. You can grab opposite elbows, bend through the knees. You can sway side to side. Shake the head yes or no. Just letting the spine decompress. If you grab the elbows, we're going to release the hands. Plant the left hand down by the left foot, and we're going to bend the left knee, extend the right leg straight, and then take the right arm up towards the sky. So you're twisting towards the right leg that's straight, left hand, left foot, left knee are bent. Trying to shift the gaze to the ceiling. And slowly release this twist. Coming back to the ragdoll, sway side to side, resetting the spine, and twisting towards the left. So plant the right hand down, bend through the right knee, left leg is straight. Inhale, take the left arm to the sky. Gaze should shift up. And release the hand down to the mat, ragdoll. Stepping the feet out as wide as the mat to a 45-degree angle into a yoga squat. So we're going to bend through the knees, the hips are going to come towards the ground, hands to heart center at prayer. Take the elbows to the inside of the knees, roll the shoulders up, down, and back, and sitting up tall. So think about finding length in the spine. So the crown of the head is reaching towards the sky while your sits bones are reaching to the ground. The knees squeeze in while the elbows push out. Finding one point to focus, steadying the breath. Put the hands down, step back to plank. Side plank on the right, so take the right hand to the center of the mat. We're going to drop the heels to the right, raise the left arm up. You can take this bottom knee down if you need to, modification, and try to reach this top arm up and over, so really lengthening out the side body. Trying to lift the hips up towards the sky. Coming back to plank, side plank on the left, take the left hand to the center of the mat, drop the heels to the left, right arm rises to the sky. Again, option if you need to place this knee down on the mat. We're going to try to lengthen out the side body, so really reach the arm up and over head, reach it long. And coming back to plank. Exhale through to chaturanga, low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Shift the gaze to the front of the mat. Stepping the feet forward, we're going to come to our seat into cobbler's pose, which is called Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet together, the knees are wide. You're going to sit up tall, reaching through the crown of the head. If you're tighten your hips or your knees may be up here, and you may want to put pillows under it, which is completely fine. And then when you're ready, if you feel very comfortable here, you can stay here, but you can start to fold forward if you want to. Taking your way back up to seated. We're going to extend the legs long. Take the hands in front of you, palms together. Start to roll down one vertebrae at a time, rounding through the back. As you come to the back, pull both knees into the chest. And gently rock from side to side. We're going to take the knees to the right. Knees fall to the right. Left arm comes out to the side. Right hand can come to the knees. And shift your gaze over the left shoulder. Supine spinal twist. Pulling the knees back to the chest, wrapping the arms around the shins, giving yourself a hug. Gently rock from side to side. And when you're ready, taking the knees over to the left. Left hand can come to the top of the knee. Right arm out to the side. Maybe you can shift the gaze over the shoulder of the right arm. Pull both knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the shins, gently rock from side to side. And we're going to come into our final Savasana or Supta Baddha Konasana, whichever you want to go to. Supta Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet are going to come together and you're going to take the sides of the feet down so the knees are bent, knees are wide. You can take one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Feel your belly rise and fall with the breath. Feel your heartbeat. And then coming into your final Savasana, this is your resting pose, your corpse pose. So you're going to extend the legs out wide, wider than mat's distance straight. Press through the back of the head and roll the shoulders down. Take the palms towards the ceiling, arms out wide. And as you rest here, this is so important to allow rest within your body. Think about how heavy can you rest your bones. So how heavy can your body be against the floor? Fully relaxing, scanning the body, noticing if you're holding tension in your face, maybe in the forehead, the eyes, the jaw. Maybe you squinch it up really tight to be able to release it. Maybe you notice tension in your hips or your legs. Maybe you just need to shake it out a little bit. Letting the ground fully support you. Think of having heavy bones. And fully relaxing in the Savasana for as long as you need to. And if you want to stay in Savasana longer, you can pause the video. You're ready to come out, start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can roll the wrists and the ankles. Bring the legs together, reach the arms up and overhead, full body stretch. With an exhale, pull the knees to the chest, wrap the arms around the shins, giving yourself a nice hug, gently rock from side to side. And then falling to the right into fetal position. The right side is the masculine side. Using the right arm as a pillow for your head. And then coming into a seated position, finding a comfortable seat. Inhale, take the arms up and overhead, palms together. As you exhale, take the hands down to heart center. Thank you guys for honoring your body today, for showing up on your mat, for giving yourself this gift of yoga and this practice. I'm here to facilitate movement for you. I hope that you can go through your day with more intention, more peace, and more tranquility. So, thank you for showing up. Namaste.